Anyway, that's it for Marvel. There is more stuff I feel like we could talk about, but I don't have it prepared, and I don't want to talk about things I don't have prepared. So we're going to jump into some DC news. We had some good DC news last week that people wanted to talk about.
I've got a third DC topic after the two.
Okay, the first one is that Batman, the Batman, will be PG-13. So I called it Batman 13, Battinson 13. Yeah, unfortunately, it will be PG-13. A lot of people were talking about how they wanted this one to be R because it was dark.
It looked DC movie dark. Camera action. No,
you forgot lights. We don't have lights here.
So in the first trailer, which was the best trailer for the Batman in my opinion.
Every trailer that's come out has made my expectations drop.
Yeah. The first one where he goes, "Who are you?" and he goes, "I am vengeance," and he starts beating the shit out of that guy. It's like
right, you hear the
gross,
splurts.
like blood, like Negan and Abraham's head in The Walking Dead. It's like,
yeah, yep.
Like that was the punches were like. So I was like, okay, like this dude's messed up. Like this dude's
brutal.
probably dead. Like, yeah, or severely needs facial construction to live,
right?
Type of thing. But yeah, so I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I don't think
he's got the Bully McGuire. He's got the Spider-Man 3 haircut.
Yeah. We had a comment about the DC universe.
Yeah. Yep.
And Warner Brothers in general.
Both on Twitter and YouTube.
Warner Brothers is all about money, and it is statistically proven. Unless you have the right niche like Deadpool or Logan, PG-13 is going to be the biggest audience range. It's going to make you the most money. So
yeah, it's the most. I mean, you get anybody like 16-year-olds, 16 to 18 that are able to go to the movies driving there. A lot of kids that go after school that are 13 can go. They don't need parental assistance to get in. Yeah, PG-13 just it makes the most money, but a lot of people on the internet were disappointed. This is another one of those times where I felt like they could have released it as R and then had a PG. You could have most theaters right now are struggling to get movies in there, so most probably means that they have multiple different theaters open. A lot of theaters have, like the one that we go to has the monster screen with the giant screen, and then like all the rest are like the normal big screens. The monster screen can be the rated R version, and then you have 2 other theaters that are playing the PG-13 version.
Even vice versa. Like if you wanted, like put an R in a smaller theater, you're still gonna get the people. Like if you did like Venom. The first Venom. If there was an R cut, we probably would have seen that one.
I would have rather have seen the Venom Carnage with an R cut.
Or the first Venom. If that was an R cut, that would have been one I wanted to see. So
100%.
So,
and I think
like I
Logan
said, unless
with
you
a
have a
PG-13 cut would not have been great, but more people would have seen it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: people wanted the R cut, and so they're like, you know what? Let's do an R cut.
It's the last one. Might as well.
They did an R cut, and it was one of the best comic book movies.
I've only watched it once. I have yet to go back and watch it again. Not because it's bad, but because it's just too heavy for me.
Yeah, and
I don't like what they do to Professor X too. It makes me pissed off. So.
Yeah,
one of the greatest men in history, and he's buried off the side of a highway.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the comic book movies that Fox made, top
Deadpool.
3, Deadpool 2, and that one, they're all top 3 probably. So. Yeah.
I think it would be smart. I think Batman would have been smart. So going back to DC, I think Batman would have been smart to do an R in.
That one's not even in the DCEU. That's not, unless they have plans to put it in the DCEU.
It doesn't sound like they do.
Yeah, so it's just a one-off.
All right,
But I think let's look at Joker, for instance. Which Joker, very successful, highest-grossing R-rated comic book movie of all time. The Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. That has a potential to be set in Battinson's universe, because it's a very very old Joker. Like Joaquin Phoenix is like 50 in that, and Bruce Wayne's like 8. So you could have this Joker inspire a generation with what he did, like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, inspire a generation, and our new Joker in Battinson's universe, if they decide to do that, could be from one of these like cultists,
right? And takes it in a more twisted,
and that could be Battinson's Joker. So it could be set in that same universe. That's R, and that did very well. So.
Agreed. So I was one of those people that was upset. I understand it, just like you said. That Warner Brothers is
all
about
money. Yeah, they don't care.
They will sacrifice story quality,
continuity,
picture continuity, anything. Just
they don't care money.
Which that's sure, it makes you immediate money, but if you focus on story continuity, providing what fans want, that's continued money for 10 years.
Yeah, they're like this, right? They're like I can't get my hands straight. They're like
they're like
that's
this,
their money
right?
game.
They're like
that's
this,
right? that's their money game. Oh, let's do it from the side.
Yeah,
that's their money game. It's like this. It's like a straight line. They're pumping out a new movie. It's staying right here. This is their money they're making. Like constant growth. But with continuity in a universe, it's going to be like
right. You'll see the dips with the investments. The dip with the investment, but immediately after the dip in the investment is a jump from like you were here, you took the investment, and all of a sudden, boom, you jumped up. Dip, boom. Like that's just what happens. And I don't Warner Brothers has been around forever. You would think they would understand that sort of business concept. But I think the Batman is still going to be good. Like I've said, every trailer has made my expectations drop. So unfortunately, I'm getting less and less excited for it. However, another thing people are upset about is the Riddler. The picture of the Riddler just came out. So now we know what the Riddler is going to look like. And everybody hates it. Just obviously it's Twitter and the internet. So people are like, oh, it's Reddit, all this stuff. Well, I hate it. It sucks. Very few people talking supportive about it. I voice my support for it because it completely fits the way they're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
It's not, this type of movie shouldn't have a Jim Carrey Riddler.
Yeah, I should have a top hat and a cane.
Right.
Bright green suit with question marks on it.
When the rest of the movie is shot like Suicide Squad level light, it's got Batman genuinely has the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3 haircut, and he's wearing
black eyeshadow
the whole time.
It's dark, and
yet you want Riddler. Like it just doesn't.
I have a riddle for
It just doesn't make sense. So I think this Riddler is perfect. It reminds me a little of Scarecrow. Like it's just a little.
Sure.
I like it.
Cillian Murphy.
Another reference to Cillian Murphy. You get me.
So when they cast this movie, obviously I was super excited for Pattinson, right? It was I forget who it was between. It was Pattinson and someone else.
Yep, I don't remember who the other one was.
Nicholas Hoult, right?
If it was, that wouldn't surprise me.
I want to say it was Nicholas Hoult, but yeah, Pattinson.
It was Nicholas Hoult. Yep,
yeah, I was super excited for that. And then they cast Riddler, and I was like, all right, Paul Dano's going to be really good.
Oh,
so I'm super excited for that. And then the Colin Farrell as Penguin really kind of threw me. I was like,
that
what?
threw a lot of everybody was super excited for Dano, and then Colin Farrell, and people were like, okay.
Zoe Kravitz is whatever. It's Catwoman. I've seen the story 6,000 times. Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright as Albert.
Detective Gordon.
Oh, no. Gordon.
Alfred
is
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Thank you.
Then,
but Jeffrey Wright, Beatty from Hunger Games,
is Detective Gordon. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I think I'm going to love portions of it, and I'm going to be like, why did they do that with other portions? But I think overall, I'm going to enjoy the movie. So
I 100% agree, and I honestly think that by the end of it, I am calling it now. People are going to say Riddler stole the show, and then they're also going to say they completely understand why Penguin's getting a spinoff. Yeah, Penguin's getting his own show. So I think that's what's going to happen.
I hope the success of it breeds another one, because I would love to see the Joker be set in this DC or this Pattinson.
See, that's
world.
The thing is, like, but we're talking about it. They could perfectly set up that mentorship with a crazy Joker following Joaquin Phoenix's. That is such a good plan and good idea, and it makes total sense that is exactly why Warner Brothers won't do it.
Exactly. Will it make us money? Yeah. How much? A lot.
Well, it'll make you a lot over 10 years. Yeah, but how much does it make us now? Not as much, but it'll make you a ton in 10 years because you'll be able to set up 3 more movies. Yeah, but we want to make sure we make money with 1 movie.
Yeah, but here, listen, this leads to a Joker 2. Right, so you get a Joker 2, and then you get the Batman 2 and 3. But what does that make us right now? Can we make another Justice League? No. We don't want another Justice League.
This isn't about Justice League. This is about building Yeah, I'm sorry. We're gonna
cut
do
you off
Justice
here.
League. We're just gonna do Justice League with the Batman and the Flash from the TV show.
Yeah, but he's gonna wipe everyone out, and it's not gonna exist.
God.